Hello, everyone, my beautiful, beautiful souls. Welcome to the intuitive card reading for the month of November 2024. We're almost to the end of the month, end of the year. Oh my gosh, excuse me, end of the year. And wow, what a year. What a year. Okay, so you guys know the drill. Please like this video. Please share it with anybody that needs to hear the energies of the month. What else? Subscribe to this channel, comments down below. Please be kind. That's all I ask. What else? I'm using two of the same decks. I'm definitely using the Angels and Ancestors this time. It intuitively feels right. And what else? That's it. Same spread. Ooh, excuse me. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's get it going. All right, we have Air Guardian, shift your perception. Okay, so we need a shift in perception. So we need to be looking at things differently. So November brings a new perspective, a new way to look at things, and shifting your perception about your life next year, your life going forward, your relationship, your career, whatever it actually is, could be anything. I'm not getting anything specific for here, but we really need to see things differently, and that will help us in the long run. So let's keep going and see if we can get anything more specific from that. Action needed, co-create. Okay, love the co-create card. It's really about partnership. It's about working with either ourselves or the universe to make things happen. It's always about, as I said, partnership energy. So we really need to work with other people, or again, with the universe, with a higher power, with spirit, God, whatever you want to call it. So we are, I mean, honestly, what's co-creation? Manifestation, right? So we need to manifest. Okay, we need to make things happen for ourselves. And we've been getting this theme in the last couple of weeks leading into November. We really need to start to make things happen. And so the fact that it's under action needed instead of maybe challenge or anywhere else on this spread is a positive thing in my opinion. So yay. Okay, issue, pioneer. Okay, we've had this one a couple of times ago, but we have it in the light. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So we had issues about moving on from working on things, but moving on. But now this is saying we have issues with, maybe some of you guys are having issues with the idea of it, of being a pioneer, or of how to do things differently, etc. So it's not necessarily the moving on issue. It's more so that maybe the clarity, it's maybe more so of, let me reread what it says here. Passion for doing and creating things, what has not been, okay, so coming up with an idea, so the clarity, coming up with the idea, how to get it done, etc., etc. So that's very interesting, but I definitely feel like we've got our, this is the second kind of card of like innovation that we've gotten in the last few weeks. But November definitely feels like, okay, this is something that we're definitely doing. We're sticking to it. Now we have to deal with everything else that comes with that, with breaking glass ceilings, right? Okay, we have challenge, sage, be devoted and committed. Okay, so, I spoke too soon a little bit. So we still might have issues, okay, that are lingering. It doesn't feel like it's huge, but being devoted and committed, which means we're committing to something. So we might have some issues with that, but also it doesn't necessarily have to do with breaking glass ceilings in that way of doing something super innovative. It could also be, because it's not specific here, it could be relationship. Okay, maybe we might be having issues committing to somebody in that way, in a partnership, because it feels like we're, maybe this energy for you guys. Remember, I read for the collective, so it could look different. These energies could look very, very different for a lot of people. That's why I want to hear down below how it looks for you, because it could be you want to get into a partnership, but you're having issues committing. Okay, so you can see how those two could be connected there. So there is a challenge there with committing or devoting. Could also be, in general, committing to a hobby, committing to, keeping your word. Okay, so we're having kind of issues here keeping the commitment. Why? I'm not sure. Could be different for everybody, but let's see if the rest of the reading kind of gives us clues. Change, building blocks. Yes, I love this. What's changing? Oh, we're actually building something. We're actually doing something. We're actually starting to put the pieces together, and it actually looks like something. Okay? Maybe you've been thinking about doing a jigsaw puzzle for years and years and years. This is the first month where you actually have a little piece of the corner together. okay, of like 1,000-piece puzzle or something. Guys, that was my first example that came to my head. Don't kill me, okay? Don't kill me, all right? I come up with these on the fly. I think it's pretty good for the state of where my brain is, so. All right, corny, I know, all right? So, yes, so we're actually building something, all right? So sometimes this is linked to entrepreneur energy too. So if you decided that you want to do something, and again, we have that pioneer card, it's innovative energy coming through here, could also be linked to this, that we're actually starting something. Maybe you filed the LLC, maybe you, start putting together a business plan, whatever it actually is, but that is changing. We're actually taking action in that way, and that is so exciting. Okay, we have advocate focus. Inspires you to put compassion into action. More action, guys, more action. So we're doing something, we're advocating for something or someone, but you're inspired. We had some energy going into the last week of October into the first week of November about needing momentum, or that actually might have been was that 2 weeks ago? Either way, we've had previous energy of needing to find momentum, needing to find motivation to get things done, to move things forward, to find success. So we have something where we're inspired to do so. So you're inspired to do something and put it into action. And it's usually something that is really near and dear to you. So anything that's near and dear to you, and I will say, maybe it's not necessarily, maybe you are combining it, if you're starting a business, with something that you really care about. Could be a nonprofit, could be something that you do for the community, something that you do for your children, for your parents, that maybe you sign a petition for somebody, maybe you advocate for somebody in some type of way from a more compassionate place. And that's amazing. And basically the Spirit is saying focus on that. There's not too much more to say there. What do we need to reflect on? Warrior. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I love this card. You guys know I love the warrior archetype. We also have a actual warrior archetype in the archetype cards, but this one is in the angels and ancestors. So be fearless and stand strong. Warrior is about you conquered something so freaking hard. Now it's time to reflect on it. There's a lot of reflection on your healing journey, whatever you've been through in the last couple of years, last couple of months, last couple of weeks, last couple of days. Reflect on how strong you actually are and your warrior status is basically what that's saying. Woof! Boy, do I love that. Okay, your responsibilities are to the community. Okay, love that. Community advocate, right? Since this is, I mentioned community here. Does feel like that could be that for a lot of people. So this is saying your responsibilities are to your community. And the 8 is jumping out to me. 8 is abundance, right? And the co-create is really about abundance, manifestation, that kind of thing. But this is saying give back to your community. Your responsibilities are to be responsible to your community, to advocate for your community. But what we put in, we get back. Okay, so pour love into your community. Do connect with your community. Put into it what you want back out of it. But again, don't do it from a place of expecting. But that's what happens here, right? And you'll notice that in life. The more you give, the more you receive. I promise. But give with boundaries. Obviously, don't pour from an empty cup. So pour into your community. Not too much more I can say here. Money, finances, and career. Gossip. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. Okay, how could gossip be positive? This means that chatting in a good way, communication in a positive way, could also mean not gossiping. So there might be something kind of going on, like at work. Okay. I have too many thoughts in my head. Let me start. Take a deep breath. Okay. You might choose to not participate in work drama, for example, this month. And that rewards you in some way. This could be that you're communicating with somebody that is more of a negative person at work, and you're communicating with them effectively. That kind of thing. Or you're building trust by not telling somebody secrets or something like that. So that's what it can be, why it can be positive, why it's in the light. So all of these things, so basically a better work environment for sure in November. That's what I'm feeling here. So if you guys have been having a pretty toxic work environment, or pretty energy vampire type coworkers and colleagues and stuff like that, it gets better this month. At least that's what it feels like. So yeah, I think that's positive. Okay. Surprise. Direction Guardian, choose your path. Okay, we've gotten so many hints over the last weeks about needing to make a decision, needing to choose your path. There's not too much more to say. The additional angle here, because I've said that a million times to you guys before, is that it's under surprise. And so basically, I think your direction is going to surprise you. I think you're going to make a decision that's going to surprise you next month. That isn't what you thought that you were going to be doing, or thought that you wanted in life, but you make a different decision to go a different direction. And so I think it's really going to surprise you, but it probably, I'm going to go on a limb, is aligned for you on a soul level. But I think that surprises you because, as you remember, or maybe you don't, because I never remember, but I do remember now, is that we are trying to get into more flow and alignment as of the last week of October going into this month of November. And so we have to listen to those things. We have to listen to what our soul is calling for us to do. And even if it doesn't make logical sense, even if it's, you had this plan your whole life, and God, I've heard of people like on their last, year in law school. Law school is really hard, and costs a lot of money, and people just drop out at the last minute, or medical school or something like that, and they have to start over and they go a different path and they have all this debt, but it doesn't make sense to, why don't you just finish, and blah, 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 blah. No, sorry. The universe will reward you for going on your path, the intended path, the intuitive path, the path of flow. I promise you guys, that is how the universe is built. I promise. But again, it's up to you to make that decision. Okay, so listen to your intuition. But you always hear stories like that. People are like older and they said, everybody thought I was crazy when I did this. And I ended up making 10 times more money and I'm so much more happier, etc., etc. So it's not always about what's happening right now. You have to kind of think of the future too. Yeah, like even if it feels weird right now, even if it feels like you're never gonna get ahead, or you're making a dumb, quote unquote dumb decision, it's really about trusting your gut and trusting your instincts. Okay. What did I just say? Look who it is. It's the it's the alignment card. Look at what I just said. Okay. So here it is. It's showing up in friends. So basically it's saying that we're in more flow and alignment with our friend group. And that's great. Or we want to get in more alignment and with our friend group. So this might be that people might be falling behind. Not behind. What do I mean by that? I mean that we might be making more friends that align more with where we're going. And the people that are in our life maybe take, back seat is what I was trying to say. And that's not a bad thing. And, I'm not trying to say like dump your friends, but I definitely do feel like this is an opportunity for you to make new friends. So it would be a really good idea, and a good way to work with this energy is to put yourself in communities or groups of like-minded people that align more with your goals, align more with who you are, align more with where you want to be. So this is a really good opportunity for making new friends in that way. I was just talking about you to the C card. All right, I need to stop with the corniness. Okay, eternal child. Shadow attributes, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. Okay, I was wondering when something like this was going to come up, because we've gotten a lot of child cards, child archetypes, working with the wounded child in the last couple of weeks leading up into this month. And So basically this is, we want to stay a child forever. So inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on, okay. Whew. I don't love this in romantic connection. This is not great for November because, not just for November, but in our relationships, because in our romantic partnerships, because up here, co-create, that is always the goal. We always want to co-create in a partnership. If we feel like we are parenting somebody that we're a partner with, it's not, can I say sexy on this channel? Can I say that on YouTube? It's not attractive, okay? It's not attractive. It's just not. Whether you're male, woman, non-binary, whatever, your partner, you shouldn't be, yes, take care of your partner, but you don't want to baby them or make it feel like you're, again, their parent. And that's what it feels like, because when you're an eternal child and you don't want to grow up, that's what happens, right? You don't actually become a fully fledged, self-actualized individual. So that's what it's saying here, is that there's going to be some inequality here in the relationships. It's not going to feel like you're on even grounds. And the call for partnership up here, action needed, so it might have something to do with this, is we really want to make things equal. Okay, so there might be some extra fights this month about trying to do that within your romantic partnership. You might go on a lot of dates this month if you're single with people that feel like they're like, they don't want to grow up. Peter Pan syndrome is something people talk about a lot. Peter Pan, what? He didn't want to grow up, right? So this is what that's about. So, not great. Well, we were on a good streak here with everything else. So, can't be perfect, but that's what's going on in relationships this week. So, okay. All right. Now we're back to the sun, to the beautiful sun comes out, right? So it's important to enjoy success and happiness. So it's important to enjoy where you are now, how far you've come, how happy you are. So this tells me, if we have to be grateful for how happy we are, that means we're pretty happy. So it's a pretty, so this can't be that bad, but again, this might be the pit of the week, the month. Maybe the red flag, as they sometimes say, but so enjoy success and happiness. So it's important to carve out those times. So just enjoy it. That's not too much more to say there. Okay, we have health and wellness. Imagine. Okay, so we can start to see a future after whatever healing journey we were on. I'm loving this. Especially after the patience card we got in here a couple weeks back. Imagine what is possible. Imagine our future, start planning our future. Love that. So we can start, so that means we're coming out of survival mode, going into more of a planning my future mode. So I like that one better. Okay, be a father. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Okay, so a good role model, a good support system, a good guide, but more in a masculine type nature. So overall outcome. Okay, so okay, how do we say this? Within a tribal unit. There's really something with partnership and co-creation and the community card here, building blocks here, advocate. A lot of them really refer to getting more involved in your community. And community could also mean family, I would say, because the word tribe is really sticking out to me. So basically, it's a tribal unit is like can be like a family unit. Again, does not have to be biological, but can be. So this is really about being a good, supportive, guiding light within that unit. And I don't necessarily want to say it's leader type energy. Like it's not about leading people, taking them to, different heights and things like that, and having followers, because to me that would be a hierarchy. It has to be like an even exchange. Like, it has to be balanced. It has to be equal. It has to be like you're on their level and helping them. But you're also, you're supporting them, and you're guiding them. But again, not necessarily like a hierarchy type thing. And I think that's kind of the message here, and because it's in overall outcome, is that we can support people and guide people without putting them down, without being controlling, without abusing authority, etc., etc. So I think it's really important with the interactions that happen in November, overall. So, and then again, we had the gossip and light, and I know it's under money, finances, and career, but that's positive communication, healthy communication. So I think that's part of this too. So I guess keep that in mind. This is kind of scaring me a little bit here. We might be dealing with like an adult child, if you know what I'm saying. May God be with you. That's all I have to say. But it's not about putting anybody down or controlling anybody or anything like that. It's about speaking to people on their level, supporting them, being a good, strong, stoic type figure for people. Again, whether it's like in the community or family unit or whatever it actually is. But bottom line, no matter what, all things in this reading kind of point to getting back into a community of some kind, which is very interesting. So, or becoming part of something of some kind. So, all right, guys, I think it looks good. Like I said, we've got a little bit of a red flag right here. That's okay. I'm not worried. That's literally the only thing that I would say is like a pit is not so great. We're having a little bit of a slow start here, up here with this stuff, with some commitment stuff. That's okay. Not a big thing. Doesn't feel like it's major. So, guys, I'm loving this November. I can't wait. Okay, I can't wait. So, okay, guys, enjoy your month, and I will see you for the next reading. Bye, guys.